Welcome to the Explainer. Today we're going to tackle a challenge that just about every modern family faces, our relationship with screens. It's a conversation that's so often filled with guilt and conflict, but it really doesn't have to be. So let's explore a better way to manage it together. So let's start with a scene that might feel a little too familiar. You can see it right here. The family is physically together, but mentally, everyone's in a completely different digital world. It's this modern kind of distance, and it's happening right under our own roofs.
For years, the whole conversation has been about limiting screen time. But what if that's not the whole story? What if counting the hours is actually distracting us from what really matters?
This quote absolutely nails a huge shift in thinking. Research from the University of Michigan is suggesting that instead of just looking at the clock, we should be asking a totally different question. What are the real-world consequences of our family's digital habits? And to help with that, experts have actually identified these 9 warning signs. Now, this isn't a checklist for judgment, not at all. It's really for observation. Ask yourself, are screens the only thing that motivates my child? Or look at withdrawal. Do they get really frustrated when they can't get on a screen? These are the kinds of questions that get to the heart of the issue, so much more than just counting minutes and hours.
Okay, and this is where the conversation takes a really interesting turn. Because when we start looking for the source of the problem, we might find the answer is a lot closer than we think. Let's think about a pretty surprising possibility. We spend so much time focused on our kids' screen habits, but what about our own? What if we, the parents, are actually the biggest source of digital distraction in the home? There's actually a term for this, and it was coined by researcher Brandon McDaniel, technoference. It's exactly what it sounds like. All those everyday moments when a notification, a text, or even just a quick scroll interrupts our face-to-face time. A perfect and maybe all too common example of this is phubbing. It's literally a mashup of phone and snubbing, and it's that exact moment you choose your device over the person you're with. We've all done it, and we've all had it done to us, right? And this is what it can lead to, this powerful and really tough cycle. A stressed parent uses their phone to decompress of it. Their child reacts to that distraction, maybe by acting out. Well, that just increases the parent's stress, which leads them right back to their device for relief. It's this feedback loop that can completely unintentionally create a whole lot of distance in a family.
Okay, so if the problem is this complex, what's the solution? Well, the good news is we're moving past rigid, one-size-fits-all rules and towards something way more collaborative and personal. It's called the Family Media Plan. This really lays out the shift perfectly. We're moving away from being the screen police, just enforcing strict time limits, and moving toward being collaborators who prioritize healthy activities as a family. The goal here isn't conflict, it's communication. The American Academy of Pediatrics is a big champion of this new approach, and they have this tool called the Family Media Plan. Think of it less like a set of rules and more like a roadmap that your family literally builds together, based on what you all value. And the great thing is, you don't have to start from a blank page. Organizations like the Institute of Child Psychology offer these really practical templates that make the whole process feel tangible. It helps turn an abstract idea into a simple, concrete starting point for your family. All right, so how does this actually work? What does building one of these plans really look like day to day? So, a strong plan doesn't start with rules about screens. It starts with a conversation about your family's values. You literally start by asking, what do we want to make more time for? Is it family dinners, hobbies, getting outside? That right there, that becomes your foundation. And here is the absolute key. You schedule the important things first. You block out time for the essentials. Sleep, homework, exercise, family connection. Screen time is what fits into the time that's left over, not the other way around. This shows a really simple but powerful strategy. Creating screen-free zones. Making bedrooms a no-device zone helps protect sleep, which is huge, and keeping phones away from the dinner table protects that precious family connection time. And in that same spirit, a device curfew for the entire family can be a total game changer. Everyone plugs their devices in for the night in one central spot, like the kitchen. It makes sure everyone gets a good rest, and maybe most importantly, it shows the adults are part of the plan too. Now, for this to actually work, it has to be a team effort. You've got to collaborate with your kids on setting the boundaries, especially with teens. You have to model the behavior you want to see, put your own phone away, And remember to celebrate the small wins when you all stick to the plan together.
You know, when you really get down to it, the goal isn't some perfectly screen-free life. It's not about restriction just for the sake of it. It's about being intentional with our time and our tech to make more room for real human connection. So, in the end, a family media plan, it's not really about managing screens at all. It's about asking this one question together. What moments are just too important to be interrupted? It's about consciously making space for the people and the activities that truly matter.